Forget what you've been told about what truly draws people together. The common ideas presented in movies, songs, and magazines often miss the mark. They suggest that physical perfection, a flawless face, or specific dating tactics are the keys to being unforgettable. While physical appearance might grab attention for a moment, and a pretty face might be remembered for a few days, a deeper, almost instinctive desire to return to someone again and again doesn't come from outward looks. A person encounters countless faces and bodies throughout their life. Over time, these can blend into a general background, like old photographs tossed carelessly into a drawer. But there's something truly unique that leaves a lasting impression, something that becomes deeply ingrained in one's very being. This is the memory of someone who offered an experience unlike any other. Someone who connected on a profound level, without any physical touch, revealing their inner self in a way never before encountered. It's not about physical addiction. It's about a profound connection to the person who helped them explore their own soul. This isn't just poetic. It's rooted in how our minds and emotions work. It's a fundamental truth that most people, especially men, struggle to articulate. What exactly is this emotional unveiling? Is it a particular conversation, a look, or a gesture? What shifts within someone's mind that transforms you from just another individual into the only one? And why is this connection so powerful that it overshadows all others? I won't offer quick fixes. Instead, I'll provide insight into the human psyche, particularly during moments of vulnerability. After this, you'll find yourself connected to others and to yourself in a profoundly different way. The obvious question then arises: if this emotional openness is so impactful, why isn't it widely discussed? Why are we so focused on external appearances, fitness, cosmetics, and expensive clothing? The answer is straightforward, yet challenging. It's often easier to focus on outward improvements than on inner growth. It's simpler to follow a beauty tutorial than to truly listen, and more comfortable to buy new clothes and to face one's own vulnerabilities. Our society often prioritizes appearances, what others think, and how we present ourselves, rather than who we genuinely are. In this dynamic, everyone, especially men, tends to build emotional walls. From a young age, they are often taught to suppress emotions, to be strong, and to hide any perceived weakness. They are encouraged to be resilient, enduring, and silent about their struggles. These defenses become a part of their identity, and they serve well in competitive environments like work or public life. But what happens when these defenses are no longer needed, in moments of true intimacy? This is where a significant truth lies. Many intimate interactions remain superficial, like two armored individuals merely interacting. Conversations can be routine and unrevealing, touching on nothing deep, opening no true connection. One can experience physical closeness and still feel emotionally distant. Does this sound familiar? Beneath those defenses is a person with doubts, fears, and a quiet, almost desperate desire to be seen for who they truly are, without pretense. The goal here is to understand how to become the one person with whom someone willingly lowers their guard, not because they are forced, but because they feel safe. We'll explore why a conversation that felt merely significant to you might have been a deeply transformative emotional experience for them. You'll recognize moments when you unknowingly fostered this connection, leading to a genuine bond. Most importantly, you'll learn how to intentionally create an environment where vulnerability is not only accepted, but becomes a powerful force of attraction. When someone feels secure enough to reveal their true self to you, something remarkable occurs. They offer more than just trust. They offer loyalty, fascination, and a profound reliance. Prepare to explore a realm few dare to enter. To provide this safe space, you must first try to understand their perspective, not as a fantasy, but as an exercise in deep empathy. Imagine their typical day. They wake up, and immediately a competitive mindset takes over. They must excel at work, have all the answers, and solve every problem, Showing uncertainty is often seen as a weakness. After work, they socialize, playing a similar role, focusing on achievements like a new car, a promotion, or weekend successes. It's a subtle, ongoing competition, a constant evaluation of who is more accomplished or assertive. Vulnerability, humor, or complaints are often dismissed. Then, on a date, they know exactly what's expected. Be charming, confident, engaging, take charge, and pay. It feels like an endless audition, where any misstep could be the end. They are accustomed to questions about their career, their vehicle, their social standing. Their outward persona is the focus, and they maintain it meticulously, believing it defines their worth. Day after day, this persona becomes so ingrained that they may not even realize they are wearing it. They live in a state of exhausting superficiality, constantly performing a role they didn't choose. Yet, in quiet moments, before sleep or in solitude, they yearn for something genuine, something raw, something they can barely articulate because they don't know how to ask for it. They long for a moment of peace, a place where they don't have to prove anything, where they aren't judged by their financial status, their job, or their possessions. They desire a space where they can shed their defenses, breathe deeply and admit, "I'm tired today. I'm afraid of failing. I'm unsure about my life right now." And for the person listening, not to see them as weak or broken, but simply to respond with understanding and acceptance. This is a safe space, not a physical location, but an emotional state that you can create. It's like an oasis in the desert of their inner world. Most people try to entertain, impress, or even fix them. But almost no one offers what they truly need: a sanctuary for their vulnerabilities. This is where many well-intentioned individuals make a common mistake that hinders deep connection. They believe that physical intimacy is the path to emotional closeness. They think that seduction, games, and suggestive communication are the way to someone's inner world. However, the opposite is often true. Physical intimacy can be a result of emotional closeness, but it rarely initiates it. Approaching someone solely through physical means is like trying to understand an architect by only examining the foundation of their building. You miss the entire design, the structure, and the essence of their work. True intimacy, the kind that creates a lasting bond, begins long before any physical barriers are removed. It starts in the realm of emotions. Consider this. Someone comes home after a difficult day at work, feeling inadequate. Perhaps after a disagreement with their boss, burdened by a sense of not being good enough. Their emotional defenses are strained. What do most people typically ask? The most unhelpful question in emotional communication: "How was your day?" And the automatic response is often, "Good, tired as usual." The conversation ends there, and the connection remains superficial. Now, imagine a different scenario. Same challenging day, same emotional weight. But you look at them, pause, and ask a question that encourages openness. Something like, "Beyond work, what inner struggle did you face today?" Or, "What thought kept replaying in your mind today, the one you couldn't share with anyone?" You bypass their defenses and directly address their deeper self. They might deflect with a joke, but something has shifted. You've subtly communicated, "I'm interested in what lies beneath the surface. I want to know the real person, not just the public persona." The turning point, the moment that changes everything, isn't about analyzing their problems or offering solutions. They aren't seeking a therapist or a coach. The error lies in trying to give advice. What they truly need is someone to witness their experience, someone who listens to their fears without judgment, who acknowledges their quiet struggles, who is interested in their past challenges not as signs of weakness, but as a map of their life journey. If you show genuine interest in their unfulfilled aspirations, the projects they began with hope but had to abandon, or their small victories, like pushing themselves to exercise despite internal resistance, or finally making a difficult phone call, these are the keys to their inner world. Each such question is like unlocking a part of their emotional armor. As they open up, they feel less exposed and begin to admire your courage to delve so deeply. This quiet admiration is the first step toward loyalty. It's in that precise moment, when you've created a safe space and they begin to share glimpses of their soul, that true magic unfolds. This is the moment that transforms a brief encounter into an unforgettable connection, a point of no return. Understand this. Someone can have physical intimacy with many people and desire many. Physical attraction exists. But the world is saturated with superficial stimuli. The primal mind is overwhelmed. Beautiful bodies and fleeting pleasures are everywhere. But a genuine connection, a safe haven for their soul, someone who not only tolerates their vulnerability but quietly honors it, that is incredibly rare. It's like finding a rare treasure in their emotional landscape. If you provide that space, you're offering something unique and irreplaceable, and their mind, their emotions, their entire being will remember it. Then comes the profound impact. Physical intimacy creates temporary excitement. Emotional intimacy forges a bond that endures. Let me reiterate. Physical intimacy is fleeting, an act with a conclusion. Emotional intimacy is lasting. It leaves a permanent mark on their emotional memory. When they reveal a crack in their defenses, and instead of exploiting it, you respond with gentle understanding, you are sending the most powerful message one can receive. You're not just saying, "I like you" or "I desire you." You're conveying something far deeper. I see you beyond your defenses, and that doesn't intimidate me. It draws me closer to you. I see your struggles, your uncertainties, your challenges, and I don't perceive them as weaknesses. On the contrary, I see you as human, authentic, and that genuine person beneath all the layers. That's the one I choose and respect.
This is the pivotal moment, the shift that changes everything. In that instant, you are no longer just someone they enjoy spending time with. You become the person they need. You are no longer an option. You become their anchor. You are not just entertainment, you become their sanctuary. And nothing, absolutely nothing in the physical world can compete with that. So how do you actually achieve this? How do you apply this in real life without it feeling forced or like a superficial tactic? Understanding the theory is one thing, but living it out daily is another entirely. The key is subtle, yet transformative. Stop trying to impress them. Start trying to connect with them. That's the core principle. The change in perspective. Your aim is no longer to be the most attractive, the smartest, or the most entertaining. Your aim is to be their peace.
This might sound abstract, but it translates into very specific actions. First, and most importantly, you must initiate with your own vulnerability. You cannot expect someone to lower their guard if you keep yours up. However, be cautious. This doesn't mean sharing your deepest traumas on a first encounter. It's about small, human revelations. For example, casually sharing a minor insecurity. Sometimes I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing at work. Do you ever feel that way? Or today I just felt a bit overlooked. It was a strange day. By opening up first, you implicitly give them permission to do the same. You show them the environment is safe. Second, you need to master the art of asking questions that encourage openness, not those that shut down conversation. Forget "how was your day?" If you notice them deep in thought or stressed, try questions that invite self-reflection, not just a factual report. For instance, what weighed on you most today? Or if you could instantly fix one thing today, what would it be? Or when was the last time you were proud of yourself, but didn't tell anyone? The power of these questions lies not just in the words, but in the intention. You're not asking to gather information or to judge. You're asking to understand. Now comes the crucial third step. Listen to truly hear, not just to formulate a response. When they begin to speak, Your sole task is to be an attentive observer. Do not interrupt. Do not offer solutions. Do not say, "If I were you," or, "Oh, it's not that bad." These types of responses are detrimental. What they truly communicate is, "Your vulnerability makes me uncomfortable. Let me quickly resolve this so we can return to superficiality." Your role is to create an open space where their words can simply exist without being judged. Maintain eye contact. Say things like, "I understand why you feel that way. That sounds very challenging." Or simply, "Thank you for sharing that with me." You are building a sanctuary, not an interrogation room. They don't have to tell you everything. They just need to feel that they could if they wanted to. That sense of safety is the ultimate goal. When someone perceives that your presence is non-judgmental, that your gaze doesn't shy away from their inner struggles, that's when the extraordinary happens. They stop seeing you as just a casual acquaintance and begin to see you as someone they want to stay with, as home. Ultimately, after this exploration into the depths of human longing, you might discover something unexpected. Perhaps this journey wasn't solely about them, but also about you. We've discussed how to attract, connect, and become unforgettable. But what truly matters is this. Genuine strength isn't measured by what you do for others, but by what it awakens within yourself. To create a safe space for someone else's vulnerability, you must first cultivate one for your own. To learn to listen without judgment, you must quiet your own inner critic. To see beyond someone's defenses, you must also have the courage to examine your own. This isn't merely a tactic for attraction. It's a path of personal growth disguised as relationship advice. Every time you choose empathy over ego, connection over competition, and listening over speaking, you not only become more appealing to others, but to the world at large. You become a person of profound depth and calm, radiating an energy that others can sense. A person who doesn't need to assert themselves loudly to be heard, who doesn't need to reveal everything to be seen. The most powerful form of attraction isn't visible, it's felt. It's the feeling of being truly seen and accepted, perhaps for the first time. But it's also the energy you exude when you feel complete within yourself, when your confidence stems not from external validation, but from your innate ability to connect authentically with others. Consider the individuals you admire most, those with an undeniable presence. Their strength rarely comes from outward beauty. Their power lies in their demeanor, in how they make you feel, secure, inspired, peaceful. That is the ultimate aim. So, the next time you feel insecure, when you doubt your worth, or believe you need to alter your appearance to be desired, remember this. The most potent allure, the most irresistible quality you possess, is your capacity to be a haven in challenging times. And no one can take that away from you. It doesn't diminish with age, it never goes out of style, and it only grows stronger over time. So, the next time you are with someone, you have a choice that will determine the depth of your connection. You can offer what the world already provides, a pleasant appearance, a superficial conversation, or something far more profound.